Random disclaimer.
Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the love triangle between Mario, Bowser, and Peach. And yes, before you come and clap my cheeks, I am well aware that Nintendo said that Mario and Peach are very good friends.
We don't care.
I have my own theory. This is a love triangle because ain't no way. Never mind. Without further ado, let me go to my real intro. Every story needs a villain, a hero, and someone worth fighting for. For decades, Super Mario franchise has presented a very simple premise. Bowser captures Peach, Princess Peach, and Mario tries to save her, and a cycle rinses and repeats. But if you look at the story closely, like really closely, from my lens, okay, because it's my channel, it starts to resemble something entirely different. It's not just a hero versus a villain, not just a kidnapping and rescue, but a strange decade-long romance rivalry between Mario and Bowser over Peaches. I'm trying to discuss my case, present my case. Consider it like my own little PowerPoint presentation about Mario, Peaches, and Bowser, right? And how their relationship, it seems like a love triangle to me through storytelling in the Mario franchise. Whether Nintendo intended it to be or not. This is solely my opinion. Solely my opinion. Opinion. Okay, I'm throwing allegedly. What else? What else people be throwing in YouTube videos? All that. This is straight opinions. Without further ado, let's go on to my first point. My first point of today is going to be the continuous, endless, it feels like, kidnapping. Now, were all the games centered around her being kidnapped? No. But I'm just saying, it happened more than once, more than thrice, more than 5 times. I had to put that out there. The first major piece of evidence is simple to me. Bowser is repeatedly kidnapping Princess Peach across the Mario franchise. This is not the one-time plot device. It is a recurring narrative pattern spanning across decades. And here are the direct examples for the games, right? In Super Mario 1985, Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach and holds her inside of his castle. Mario travels through the Mushroom Kingdom to rescue her. Next case, Super Mario Bros. 3, and I believe it's about 1988. Bowser captures Peach again after attacking the Mushroom Kingdom, and Mario must defeat Bowser to rescue her. Next case in point, Super Mario World 1990, right? Bowser kidnaps Peach during Mario and Luigi's vacation in Dinosaur Land. Next, New Super Mario Bros. 2006. Now Bowser Jr. and Bowser abducts Peach during the opening sequence. Like, they didn't even get, I guess. Super Mario Galaxy, one of my favorites, 2007. Bowser kidnaps Peach and lifts her castle into space. That was a new one for me. That's new. The whole castle too. He really wanted to keep her. Super Mario 3D World, right? 2011. Bowser kidnaps Peach and keeps her inside multiple castle strongholds. Next, Mario Odyssey 2017. Bowser kidnaps Peach and attempts to force her into marriage. You see, so many incidents. And I say all this to say, across these games, like I said, not all games are like this, it has the same central event. Bowser kidnaps Peach and Mario has to rescue her by any means necessary. Now, do Luigi help sometimes? Yeah, but Mario helps by any means necessary. And this pattern continues across multiple generations of the franchise. Another important fact, Bowser almost always kidnaps Peaches specifically, not other rulers or characters. If you think about that, I don't remember Bowser kidnapping anybody else. It has only been her. Like, I get it, Bowser. She fine, okay? Her dress clean, the hair looking right, the eyes are blue. I get it, she's snatched. She's a princess over the Mushroom Kingdom. I get it, but multiple kidnappings? She needs to increase her defenses. But anyway, I'll keep going. Additionally, Bowser rarely uses Peach as a political leverage. He doesn't even negotiate. He doesn't even demand surrender of the Mushroom Kingdom. He simply takes Peach. He simply takes Peach and keeps her inside of his castle. This behavior creates a constant narrative structure across the series, such as number 1. Bowser kidnaps Peach, right? Or captures her, whatever. 2. Mario travels through Bowser's territory. 3. Mario defeats Bowser. 4. Peach is rescued. Now, because of this pattern repeating across multiple decades of the games, It establishes a recurring relationship between the three characters. They're like tethered together. Bowser targets Peach, Mario pursues Bowser, and Princess Peach becomes the central figure connecting both characters. This repeated structure is one of the main reasons that myself and other fans interpret that Mario's story is more than just a simple rescue mission. Instead, it becomes to resemble a recurring rivalry centered around one character, aka Miss Peaches. The next case in point is that Bowser eventually upgrades his kidnapping to trying to wed Peach. And because of the switch later on, this is where things get stranger and interesting, because Bowser doesn't behave like a typical villain. In most classic video game stories, when a villain captures someone important, the goal is to usually gain their power back, get more power, revenge, or destruction. The hostage is seen as leverage, but Bowser's behavior towards Peach rarely looks like that. Across the Mario series, Bowser almost never threatens Peach with harm. Instead, he constantly treats her like someone he wants to win over, or more accurately, someone he wants to marry. This becomes more obvious in Super Mario Odyssey. In this game, Bowser's whole plan revolves around a wedding. It's not metaphorical, it's a literal wedding. He spends the entire game traveling across the world collecting items for the ceremony, and the evidence is everywhere. He prepares himself a white wedding suit, which is actually 10 out of 10. The drip was kind of hard. People's cosplaying it everywhere. He captures Peach in a bridal gown. He steals a massive wedding cake, and he builds a fully decorated wedding hall on the moon. On the moon! And he even prepares a wedding ring large enough to fit Peach. And at this point, Bowser's plan stops looking like a villain scheme, and it starts looking more like a disturbing, elaborate wedding proposal, which is wild. This is not a behavior of somebody just trying to conquer a kingdom. It's behavior of someone is trying to force a romantic relationship, and this distinction matters because it changes the tone of the entire conflict. Bowser isn't trying to destroy Peach's world, he's trying to insert himself into it. And he's not trying to eliminate Peach, he's trying to make her his queen. Which makes the dynamic between Bowser and Mario feels less like a war, but more like a rivalry. Two characters pursuing the same person in two different ways. Bowser uses power, Mario uses heroism, but both of them are ultimately fighting over the same outcome, which is Peaches. And once you notice a pattern across the Mario series and Bowser's actions of, stop looking like a random, villain, you're gonna start seeing what I'm seeing. They start looking like obsession disguised as conquest, an exaggerated cartoonish form of courtship, which is exactly why the Mario story sometimes feels like a battle between good and evil, and more like a strange romantic competition between Mario and Bowser. And to me, it is a competition. I said what I said. They are competing for Peaches, and I get it, okay? Like I said, I think I said before, you got the eyes, the hair is laid, you got the cute crown, the dresses, she got a whole kingdom. I get it. She a hot commodity on these streets. Now that we're done talking about Bowser for a second, let's look at Mario. Mario is often described as heroic or rescuing Peach, but his motivation rarely frames as something that's political or heroic. It's kind of personal to me. Mario travels across the entire worlds for Peaches. Lava castles, ghost houses, desert temples, space galaxies, and he does it every single time. Mario's mission is almost always save Peach, not save the kingdom, let's stop Bowser, let's protect other people, let's not destroy the world. Like, it's just Peach, it's Peaches. It reinforces the idea that it's not just heroism, it's like a romantic devotion to me. And my next point is Bowser's obsession with Mario. Now this is where the triangle gets a little bit stronger to me, their relationship together as a triangle. To me, Bowser doesn't only just obsess over Peach, but he obsesses over competing with Mario. And the deeper you look at the series, it becomes more clear that Bowser's motivation isn't only about kidnapping Peach, but it's also about beating Mario. Across the entire franchise, Bowser's plan has almost always revolved around one specific opponent, Mario. Bowser constantly targets him. He designs an entire castle full of traps, clearly meant for Mario to navigate and hopefully never succeed. Spike pits, moving platforms, lava bridges, fireball gauntlets. These aren't just defensive structures. It almost feels like it's a test built specifically for just one rival. It is as if Bowser is expecting Mario to show up every single time and prepares accordingly, right? Which raises a strange implication. Bowser isn't just trying to win, but he's waiting for Mario. Mario knows it's dangerous. He has ran his track before, jumped his track before, ducked his track before, and Bowser knows he can get through that. So to me, Bowser wants all the smoke, but he wants Mario tired out, stressed, confused by the time he get there, so he can whoop that eye. You get me? He's waiting on Mario. Like I said, the entire structure of Bowser's castle across the entire series reinforces the idea that Mario is traveling through the castle. He's going to travel through that castle and defeat waves of enemies, cross across dangerous obstacles. And at the very end, Bowser is always waiting there. Not hiding, not escaping, waiting. It's almost as like a final duel. This pattern repeats across decades of games. Bowser builds the challenge. Mario arrives. The two meets at the end again and again and again. Let me stop. This kind of narrative structure, it makes their rivalry feels like, you know, incredibly personal. Because Bowser doesn't simply want Peach, he wants to defeat Mario too. How about he killed two birds with one stone? I get it, I see it. And Bowser seems almost emotionally invested in his rivalry itself. It's strange, but hey, his persistence, he you know, he has a myth behind his madness, I guess. That's why the relationship between these two characters feels less like a traditional hero versus villain rivalry. It feels like a personal competition that neither character seems to willingly walk away. And in fact, some of the Mario games even highlights moments where the two characters cooperate briefly before returning to the rivalry. In the Super Mario Galaxy, right, for example, Bowser and Mario temporarily work together to escape the collapsing moon base. But once they're safe, they're immediately right back at competing for Peaches. Yes, I said competing. It's almost comical. It's almost as like they're reinforcing something deeper about their dynamic. Bowser's story isn't just, I want Peach. It also says, I want to defeat Mario. And when a character's motivation revolves around another character consistently, the relationship starts to feel less like villainy, but more like fixation. This emotional fixation, it gives the rivalry something different. It's not like fear or hate. It's not like pure competition, but something more close to like obsession. Actually, take that back. Let's throw all three there. It might be a little bit hatred. Okay. Might be a little competition. It might be a little bit obsession. All three of them. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that. My next case in point is that Peach doesn't make this any better. This whole dynamic, it doesn't get any better. Okay. To me. I know y'all got tired of, you know what? Every time I say to me, you might as well take a shot or something. To me. You're drunk now. You're welcome. Anyway, next. Peach's role in this dynamic makes the entire love triangle situation a definite situation. Despite the classic stories framing her as a damsel in distress, Peaches is not always a damsel in distress. Actually, in fact, throughout the Mario series, Peaches repeatedly demonstrates that she's far more independent. Goodness, I couldn't get it out. Than the rescue narratives implies. There are several moments across the franchise where Peaches actively participates in her own story rather than just simply waiting for Mario to save her. In some games, Peaches actually escapes herself. In other games, she assists Mario in defeating Bowser. Now, Super Mario Bros. For example, Peach isn't a villain at all. She is a playable character and arguably one of the strongest characters in that game. And then there's Super Mario 3D World. Once again, Peach joins the adventure as a playable hero and fights enemies and helps save the kingdom alongside Mario and friends. And in several games, she travels with Mario and his friends as part of the team, participating in adventures rather than simply just being an object ready to be saved. So Peaches isn't just a prize at the end of the level. She's a character on her own and is independent and strong in her own way. But the moment that really changes, and it changes my dynamic in my head, is the Super Mario Odyssey. At the end of the game, Mario defeats Bowser, right? Rescuing Peaches yet again, and something unusual happens. Bowser and Mario both step forward. They both attempt to propose to Peach. Bowser offers a flower. Mario offers flowers as well. Both of them, in their own way, are trying to win her over. But Peach's reaction is not what you expected. She doesn't choose Mario. She doesn't accept Bowser. Instead, she rejects both of them, period. Because the girl has choices. And this moment for me reframes this whole entire dynamic. Suddenly, the story stops looking like a hero rescuing a princess. Instead, it looks like two rivalries competing for a person that isn't really interested in them altogether. Sometimes the most interesting outcome is when a person at the center of the triangle chooses neither option. which means that the Mario franchise accidentally stumbled into one of the oldest romantic tropes of storytelling. Two characters fighting over one person. One ultimately refuses to play the role that they were assigned, and once you notice a shift, the entire Mario dynamic becomes a lot more complicated and a lot more interesting than a simple rescue story it originally appears. I'm just saying. In conclusion, I strongly believe that these three are in a triangle. I do not care what Nintendo has said. Nintendo has said with their whole chest, now I like to say with their whole chest because they put it on the internet, whole chest, is that Mario and Peaches are pretty good friends. I cannot help to ignore the patterns that been thrown in my face all these years. The same formula, not for all games. Bowser takes Peaches. Mario has to go save Peaches. Mario crossed all that way to get to Peach, and Bowser crossed all that way to get to Peach, and you want me to believe that Mario and Peach are good friends? No, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. So my question to you is, do you feel it is a love triangle, or do you feel like they're genuinely good friends and Mario's gonna cross great lengths to make sure that his friend is safe and sound and risk his life? Is danger out there to go get this friend, his very good friend? Let me know. But yeah, that's it for this video. I just wanted to talk about it because I just saw the Mario movie. I love Mario. If you know me personally, I love Mario. Mario's on the screen, like my little screensaver. Where's my phone at? See that? Mario's on my screensaver. So I'm a move that. I'm about that life. You see that? You see that? You see the ice flower? Yeah, I'm about that life. I got so many other things in here. Thank you for watching. I have some other stuff to go look at and post for you guys. I'm trying to post 2 videos next month. Fingers crossed. We will definitely see. Let me know what you want me to go look at or cover. But until then, I 5,000. Oh, check out the drip. Bimbo. one of my cosplay friends made this collar, and I'm going to see if I could put his link. I hope he still sells it, but I'm gonna try to put his link inside of the what's it called, the description, because it's fire. It's cool. I could breathe in this thing. It's pretty cool for the drip. I had to dress up a little bit. I had the crown broke because I got a cranium. Got a cranium. My bad. Okay, so we're gonna go, and yeah, you know, I'm outie 5,000. I'm out.